Mafia Magazine Radio.
Yo, Mafia Magazine, what's good? It's your boy A-THUGGA, man. I'm calling in my interview.
What's up, baby? Yeah, no doubt, baby. Hold on for a second, baby. Let me set you up, all right? For all my listeners out there, man, I get the opportunity, man, to sit down, man, with an incredibly talented artist. Man, this cat, man, is what you call, man, a real entrepreneurial cat in the game, man, and he do a whole lot of things that a whole lot of cats wish they could do. Hey, Thug, baby, so, man, how the industry treating you these days, son?
Yeah, man, the industry is treating me real good, man. Right now, I'm like, I call myself, like, basically, like, independently major. You know what I mean? Meaning that, I'm not signed to a major record label, but basically, like, the way I'm working, the way I'm moving, doing these shows, throwing showcases every month. You know what I mean? Got the DVD Part 7 about to drop. It's called Higher Ecologue. It's called Megastar DVD. You know what I mean? Y'all can check out some of the clips on megastarbrand.com. Also, got the clothing line, networking branding. My record label called Blackrollingstones. We got the snapbacks, which is a top seller right now.
Man, listen, we gonna get to all that, Thug. You know what I'm saying? Let's start out first. Yeah, we're gonna get to all that, son. All right, so tell us, man, where you originally from. You know what I'm saying? And around about, man, how long you been doing your thing, yo?
Yeah, man, definitely more or less. I'm Harlem bound. You know what I mean? Born and raised in Harlem World. Broadway to be exact. You know what I mean? Right here around 145th and Broadway. That's my side of things, the west side. You feel me?
Yeah.
Basically, that's my stuff because I rep it to the fullest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody in Harlem that's fucking with us, Blackrollingstones, that's wavy. You know what I mean? And really doing productive things with us. You know what I mean?
No question, baby. So Thug, tell us. What started all this, man? At some point in your life, man, you know what I'm saying? Who was your influence, you know what I'm saying? Or what was your influence, man, to make you say, man, I want to do this, and then not only do I want to do this, but I also could do this real well, like,
Well, first off, like, basically I started off, like, since I was young, like, I wrote my first rap when I was, like, 11 years old, and it was just out of curiosity. But then, like, more or less like around 16, like I basically really got into it. Like I never forget how I really started writing. It was just like a competitive spirit with a couple of my homies and all that, just seeing who could write the best rap. And then like, one thing led to another. It just like became a hobby at first. And then I really started to see myself as better than some of the dudes that you see on the radio or see on the videos, etc. Like I was like, I know that I could do this. And more or less my inspiration was to be my own boss, you feel me, be a successful entrepreneur, turning nothing into something really, just my concepts and manifesting what I want to manifest out here on this planet, you feel me?
Yeah.
Definitely to be, wealthy, put together a strong team, build my empire from the ground up,
No question, baby. So tell me, man, how did the Blackrollingstones come about, man? You know what I'm saying? Give us some insight, man, on on how that all came about, man, and how y'all put that together to be able to do the things y'all do and everything all day.
Like basically that's my independent record label right there, Blackrollingstones. I was incarcerated. I had there like 2.5. I was in Jersey for a little while. Shout out to everybody, all my G's out there holding it down, and coming home with the right mentality. Because I've definitely, I've been through the halfway houses, downstate, all of that. And I did a lot of working out, reading and all of that, and just, reading up on the business side of things. And basically, like, the name of my first label, like, it was going to be called Alpha Omega. But then, like, something that happened with, one of my partners with that, and then it was like, I decided to do my own thing, you know what I mean? Because, so it's like, through the midst of it, it was like, damn, I got to change the name. But then I came out with something like 1,000 times better. So everything happened for a reason, you know what I mean? More or less, like, I just came out with that wave because it was like, Rolling Stone, like, you know what I'm saying? I figured, like, Papa was a Rolling Stone, that joint, whatever, and just incorporating, you got the white band, Rolling Stones, which is one of the biggest bands. You got the magazine, and I just incorporated just being black, African American with that, like, just, and how we come about telling, like, a story for us. You know what I mean? More or less, hip hop, rap.
Right, no doubt, baby. So I got a question for you, man. Like, you know, we all do what we do, baby. You know what I'm saying? The street is part of what we do. You dig? And when you was, you know what I'm saying, when you had to do your, you know, when you sat down for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Was you refocused? You know what I'm saying? Did you take with that, you know what I'm saying, all that experience that you had, man, and did that make you a bigger, badder motherfucker when you came to the game?
Yeah, like basically all of that stuff, like, you know, just learning, you know, just to be humble, the patience, you know, you gotta have that, you know, because everything ain't gonna go your way when you want it to go, and you can't just, you know, flip out and just, you know,
react, baby.
Basically, it taught me a lot as far as, you know, because around that same time when I was coming home, I had my son, so, and basically it was like, you know, ever since then I've been on the right path as far as, like, you know, staying out of trouble and all of that, and definitely it just gave me like I've been really consistent with this. Like, if you could check my YouTube, you know, YouTube / A-THUGGA, and then I got the YouTube / Blackrollingstones, and then also the Megastar DVD, where you could see the consistency if you go back, like for years, just dropping wild videos, whether it be my videos, interviews, you know, slideshows. We do all of that. We do online marketing. So it's like basically I learned how to be an artist. Like I'm my own machine, more or less.
No
like,
question.
Feel me? Like, I'm surviving out here without, you know, major label. I don't have really too much anybody co-signing me. Like, I'm standing on my own. You feel me? I'm holding my own. Blackrollingstones, we laying it down. We you know, we doing events that where, you know, all the industry people was at. You know, basically I don't. As far as with the Megastar DVD, we network with, you know, from Pinky, Ron Browns, McCraw, K. Slay. As a matter of fact, we just on part 7, we got Pat Pools, Cuban Links, Prodigy, you know, this Video Vix in Vegas, Dougie Fresh, you know what I'm saying, myself, and other upcoming artists too. Because it's like, it's not just all about the mainstream artists, it's the underground, helping break the artists, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because nowadays, you know, a lot of people, they don't really have no artist development right now. A lot of these artists, like, you gotta be ready, you feel me?
No
So
doubt,
like,
man.
you know, these type of things with these showcases I'm throwing monthly, you know, y'all can get in tune with me, come out, get your footage, get your online presence up there, you feel me? And associate yourself with a brand that is major in the game, you feel me? Like, and we got the best affordable prices, you know what I'm saying, in the industry, like, you know, so it's like, you gotta fuck with us. Hit me up, 917-238-6081, you feel me? Check out my work, man.
No question,
you feel me? Leave a comment up there. I want to definitely give a shout out to Mafia magazine for keeping it real, keeping it authentic and valid, you know what I mean?
No question,
and definitely giving, you know, upcoming artists, independence, you know what I'm saying, a chance to really shine and voice their talent, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt, baby. So tell us a little bit more. I want you to get in a little bit more, man, of your, you know what I'm saying, your fashion merchandising endeavors, you know what I'm saying, and all that you're trying to do with that, man. You know, let the folks know, man. You know what I'm saying, how you put it down on that side, baby.
Okay, yeah, like, basically, like, with that, it all started off just basically more or less, you know, branding, like, my logo, like the Blackrollingstone, the Megastar logo, and my stuff, A-THUGGA, you know, on the T-shirts. A lot of people was like, yo, you know, they wanted that. So I just started putting that on different colors, you know, switching it up. And then, you know, one thing led to next, you know, people like, yo, you don't got no hats, you don't got this, or whatever. And then, like, basically I created a whole line of where we got, you know, like, I'm a vendor on 125th, just off the rep, you know. I'm known in my hood just off of being in the streets, you feel me?
Right.
Networking, you know what I mean? Selling so I'll be out there, like, you know, on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, you know, if I'm not in-house in the studio. Basically from, like, 1 to 7. That's my little spot right there. Like, that's where I'm set up, you know, and y'all could come by 125th with the heart of Harlem and check me out, show some love. You know, I got the snapbacks, you know, 25 V-necks 15, you know, T-shirts with the album covers on it. I even got panties, which is a top seller. Like, when people see that, it's like, you know, I'm definitely venturing off from the average.
Ain't no question about that, though. And I'm glad you know what I'm saying, that's like kind of like a great segment into my next question that I was going to ask you. You know, there's a lot of cats out there right now that's listening to some of the things that you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? I want you to give them a little insight, man, on your business game, because a lot of cats thinking, man, just because they can spit or they can do this, they can do that, man, they can make it in this world. But if your business game ain't kosher, baby, then, you know, it's gonna be a hard road.
Yo, listen, that's all. I could write a whole paragraph about that alone, man. Like, more or less, I'm the perfect person to ask that question. You feel me? Even though like my street credit's up, I'm respected out here. You feel me for what I do. You know what I mean? Some of the stuff that I really do out here, I don't even really glorify. You feel me?
Right.
But I do want to glorify the fact that I did go to Touro College for audio engineering, music business, and marketing.
No doubt.
You feel me? Which gives me a definite, you know what I'm saying, different perspective as far as running my record label, as far as signing artists, you know what I mean, and in a business, and just with contracts and marketing your material, promoting your material, and just networking with people and utilizing. In this game, sometimes people think because they nice, somebody gonna chase them or somebody gonna really put them on or give them studio time for free or video for free. I hear this shit all the time because I'm always trying to get new clients, and I hear this and these are the same people that if you Google their name, nothing is gonna pop up. You know what I mean?
Right.
You gotta invest in yourself. You gotta see yourself as a brand, and you gotta build that brand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna really sit back. What I realize is when you're doing you and you're investing in yourself, that's when somebody else is gonna give you these other opportunities to promote yourself because you're doing you and investing in you. You know what I mean? And also, I would definitely recommend everybody to go out there, and get a book on the music business. You know what I'm saying? It'll teach you, will tell you that it's 10% talent, 90% business. So with that being said, a lot of people just basically you looking for handouts, man. That shit is sad to me. You feel me? I don't respect that. You feel me? Whenever I come to the table with anybody, you know what I'm saying, I at least offer some type of bartering. You feel me? If you don't got bread, what is it that you're going to bring to the table? You know what I'm saying?